Hey guys, welcome back to Adventures with Rosie. This weekend we're in Cambridge. We came up because it's Father's Day on Sunday, so we're going to take my parents and my granddad out for lunch.
We are staying at a Parkover property, or a POP. You've probably heard us bang on about caps in the past, right? The charges apply properties. We stayed at that avocado orchard earlier on in the year. That was a cap. This is a POP, which is basically a free version, so heaps of people around New Zealand that kind of let people stay on their land for free, which is quite cool. This is like a paddock. There's what, 3 of us here, and I'm completely free to stay, so pretty neat.
So this morning's plan is to get Harvey outside and burn some of that energy off, because when we're cooped up in the caravan he can be bouncing off the walls. So we are going to go to the velodrome here in Cambridge. There is a really neat pump track outside for the kids and a playground to have a burn around on. It's also right next to the school that I went to. I went to St. Peter's here in Cambridge for high school, so it'll be kind of cool having a little drive around and seeing what's changed there.
Yeah, Harvey got up this morning at 6 o'clock with the 2 girls, and he's been on fire ever since. So that's the main goal this morning: coffee and burn some energy for him. Then we also need to do a bit of shopping, because we were going to make pizzas last night, and when we arrived and realised we don't have any sort of tray to make pizzas in the caravan. We have like a baking dish, like a casserole dish, but that's about it. So we're also going to go and find a tray that fits the oven in here so we can make pizzas tonight. Alright, let's do it. Alright, where we are at the Avanti bike track, kids bike track. There's a pump track here as well. We've got most of it to ourselves at the moment, which is nice, so Harvey can burn off some energy. I'm thinking I'm going to have to become one of those dads that gets a scooter and elbow pads and knee pads and a big helmet, and then I can ride around on these tracks with him. Might look a bit out of place, but it'll be pretty fun. How cool is this spot? You got a pump track around the outside for the bigger kids, and then you got these like boardwalk tracks around the inside, and bike jumps, and there's a kids little area over there as well. Playground next door, which is always a bonus, but better than that is a cafe. So win-win for everyone. In the morning Harvey gets to burn some energy, I get a coffee, everyone's a winner. Alright, successful morning. Kids are tired out. They had to sleep on the way back, and I found a tray for pizza. It is a slice tray, but we're trying to find something that fits our oven in here. I actually was really proud of myself. I took this tray from one side of the store over to the tools automotive side of the store and measured it with a measuring tape to bring it back, because there's no measurements on this piece of cardboard. I was quite proud of myself. I told Chelsea, and then she said to me, you just turn the cardboard over and it's got all the measurements on the back. So I wasted a ton of time, but we have a tray tonight for pizza. You right? What have you done? Have you got your thumb stuck in it? Alright, pizza time, moment of truth to see if the pizza bases are going to fit in the pizza tray I bought. What do you reckon, Chelsea? Did I buy the perfect tray?
Perfect, it's debatable.
It fits in the oven just if you push it really hard, so that's good. Chelsea's busy whipping up some pizzas for tea. The girls, the little grumps, are having leftover mac and cheese. We went to this really awesome barbecue place last night for tea. For our American viewers, we don't have a lot of sort of really nice barbecue here in New Zealand. But we found this really small, like unassuming place called the Smoked Collective, and we both had burgers. Chelsea had a pork belly burger, I had a fried chicken burger, and it was so good. One of those little places that's like, you can see why it's got such high ratings on Google reviews. And we got the kids mac and cheese, and the mac and cheese was huge. It was like an adult serving. So I did Harvey for dinner last night, and now the girls are getting it. Are they good? Ruby's new party trick, pushing this button to turn all the lights off. Ruby, what are you doing?
You can turn all the lights off. You can push the button. What's the button? What's the button?
Ruby!
She was the close doing that.
She was close. Oi!
I like this.
So that's Ruby's new party trick. She pushes this button at the don't. Hey. No. There's an off switch at the head of our bed that turns all the lights off in Rosie when you jump in at bed at night, and for some reason she's discovered it and pushes it about there we go again every 5 minutes. But we had a good night last night. This one slept through the whole night, didn't ya? Yes. And this one was in our bed the whole night. So we're going to go off to Father's Day brunch shortly. Unfortunately the weather's turned a bit here. It's gone grey and it's been raining on and off. So there was a cool playground next to the cafe we were hoping to tackle as well, but we might have to play it by ear. Yeah? So we're going to go a little bit early, let these girls have a nap, and then have some eggs. Alright, Father's Day lunch was a success. Really nice cafe actually here in Cambridge, St Kilda. Had a nice chicken burger. That's 2 burgers in one weekend. Time to go for a run. We're just back in the caravan now. We're going to chill out this afternoon. It's pretty grey and miserable outside. We keep getting these pockets of sunshine, but only for a few minutes, and then back to drizzle. So we're going to hang out in the caravan, do some puzzles, books, that sort of thing. One thing you guys have asked me a lot about is the material I put in the back cupboards for the condensation. So a few videos ago you may have recalled that we lined these back cupboards here in this caravan with adhesive carpet tiles because we were getting condensation up against the back, and a lot of you guys were skeptical about how well that'd work, but so far so good. Now I don't know if we've had as colder mornings in the caravan as we were having when we first installed them, but it's definitely been cold this weekend. You know, the walls and the ceiling are definitely cold to touch, but the cupboard has been really dry and there's been kind of no evidence of condensation, which is good because this is packed full of clothes usually when I haven't pulled them all out. You know, towels, bedding, that sort of thing. So yeah, so far so good on the carpet squares. I haven't had any condensation again up in the front cupboards of the caravan. But I got a few spare carpet tiles, so I'm just going to keep an eye on that. So yeah, so far so good for those of you that were wondering. Well, thank you for watching. We'll probably leave the video there because, like I said, we're not up to much this afternoon, and I got work tomorrow, so nothing interesting to show you guys. What do we have coming up though? We're kind of planning a trip to Rotorua, to a place called Lake Tarawera, which is one of the nice lakes off Rotorua. There's a dock site there that looks beautiful. There's a really stunning waterfall there, probably the best waterfall you know, in the North Island, one of them. So we'll try and check that out. There's also like a geothermal walk and boat ride you can do, and at the moment, because of COVID and sort of lack of tourists to the area, they've heavily discounted that for locals. So the price of admission and that little boat tour is quite cheap at the moment, so we might go and do that if the weather's nice next weekend. I also received in the mail this week this little guy, an orchid from Black Holdings. It's a little GPS tracker for the caravan. So these things are pretty cool. $100, so pretty cheap as well. Little GPS tracker that gets trickle charged by the battery. So I'm going to do a little installation and review video on that. So if that's the sort of thing that interests you, then yes, hit that subscribe button below, and then you'll get a notification about that video when it goes live. Thank you as always for watching. See you in the next video.